have we reached a point of building so many prisons that the purveyors are now looking for ways to keep them all full?
Here's the way a private prison works, okay? You pay somebody to build a fancy cage. Then you fill it up as far as you can get it, which is pretty full. Full of people that, the people that built the cage get paid $40,000 or $50,000 a year to just keep in the cage. Now, if you've got 5,000 people in your cage and you're being paid $30,000, $40,000 a year for them, that's a lot of money. And if you can, on top of that, use them as your private property, as chattel property, that you can then make do work or produce things that you get paid for on top of that. What a great deal. Now, where I come from, when you transform a person into a piece of property, that's called slavery.
They trade their stock on Wall Street based upon the number of people that are in jail. If that isn't sick, if that isn't the best definition of sickness in a society, in a culture, in a civilization, I can't tell you what is.
Profits are way up, and what many are coming to believe is a very bad business indeed.
The new slavery, it's commerce in souls. The incentives are all perverse, and it operates on the backs of human beings. The longer they're locked up, the tougher we get, the more profits, and the better off these companies are.
Who's pushing private prisons? There is an intense lobby at the national level and at the state level of these corporations that make a profit off of bodies in cells, lobbying legislators for more bodies in cells.
They call it the prison industrial complex, and that's really what it is. It's a description of what Eisenhower was talking about 50 years ago, when he was talking about the military industrial complex.
Larry Levine served 9 years in prison, some of that at the famed Club Fed. That's the Nellis Federal Prison Camp outside of Las Vegas. He was convicted of securities fraud and drug trafficking. He's now founder and director of Wall Street Prison Consultants. He comes to us from Los Angeles.
We're incarcerating people over and over again who are committing criminal offenses.
America is home to the largest number of the freest people in the world. But America is also home to the largest number of imprisoned people in the world. Take a look at the stats. Item, U.S. prisoners, total 2.3 million people behind bars today. The 2.3 million is 40% higher than Russia, which comes in second in percentage of prisoners per citizen. Item, U.S. prisoners vis-a-vis world population. The U.S. has 5% of the world's population, and we have 25% of all world prisoners. Item, U.S. prison and prisoner cost, $60 billion a year. That's more than the GDP of over 140 countries. Item, backsliding, sometimes called recidivism. 70% of American prisoners will commit another crime within 3 years of release from prison. Senator Webb, please sum it up.
We've got two phenomena here. We're locking up more people on a percentage basis than anyone else in the world, and yet we don't feel any safer.
Question, why does the U.S. have such a huge prison population?
Well, the biggest reason really is drug and drug-related crimes. We had a big explosion in the middle 1980s. Remember the Len Bias case, the basketball promising star who died of an overdose? It was a real frenzy after that, as well as the rest of the law.
We're going to go around the horn and get out fast, but should judges really relax their rulings in the instance, say, of marijuana possession?
You're starting to see it happen already, that states like California and others have started to cease prosecution.
Is there any discernible increase in marijuana usage when there is a soft decision made by the judge? Does it lead to increased use?
Increased use. Well, that's an interesting debate. I say the general consensus is no by itself.
I read no. It does not affect usage afterwards.
The United States crime rate has stopped going up and going down a bit is because we incarcerate so many criminals, and that's one reason why Britain and some of these countries in Europe have crime rates higher than the United States.
Also, do we have too many laws?
Yes.
We do have too many laws. Why do we enact all these laws?
Because we've got a huge society, and because we've got politicians who don't do anything else.
And we have too many politicians who see political opportunity and accusing each other of being weak on crime, which is why it's so good that Senator Jim Webb, an original tough guy, has taken on the issue of this
macro issue here on the United States and crime and the number of people we have incarcerated. We have 5% of the world's population, 25% of the world's prisoners. And so many of these people are in for, because of drug addiction or mental health problems. And very many of these people have no history of anything violent or any even high-level drug activity. We're essentially sometimes sending kids who are in possession of drugs and sending them to crime school. We put them in prison, and then they learn from other criminals how to do crime, and 2/3 of them come back when they're released within 3 years.